Hey everybody, it's Adela Mehic-Dzanic from Agile TV at Bosnia Agile Day 2018, and right now I'm with Adele. I'm not going to try and pronounce your surname, so I'm going to ask you to give your full name, please.
Adela Mehic-Dzanic.
Awesome, great stuff. So Adele gave a great talk earlier on about information of things, Internet of Things, so in other words IoT, but before we get onto that, can you quickly just introduce yourself and tell the people a little bit about your background, please?
Yeah. So I live currently in Vienna, coming from Bosnia. I studied here at a technical university, so I have a technical background.
Right, okay.
And telecommunication. So, and 5 years ago I moved out to Austria, and then from there I started with Tele2, great company, great culture. And then I moved into the world of IoT, and I didn't regret that decision for a moment.
Okay, so what led you to IoT?
First of all, I didn't know what it is.
Okay.
It was
Just wanted to
curiosity,
start. Okay, good.
curiosity, and
Yeah.
it's always, I think it's good to make decision once you feel a bit uncomfortable.
Okay.
Not that I know everything and then I should move to the department. But basically, so at that point in my life, I was at Tele2 Austria, working with B2B customers,
Okay.
large enterprises, as a solution consultant. So I was advising them on how to set up new systems, application, and on a technical design. And to be honest, at some point, it's like, you sit in the front of the computer and you do standard things. Of course, you customize it according to each and every customer, but that's it. It's very static. It's very static. And me as a person, I like to be out there. I like to be with people. I like to see what's happening around the world. I'm very curious, open-minded, so static is not something for me. And then there was this opportunity, once Tele2 IoT was launched in Austria, one of the colleagues approached me and said, I think you would be a great fit for this job. And I said, okay, let's give it a try.
So, today, what would you say is the coolest piece of IoT technology you've come across, or you're aware that's actually going to come into implementation, and why?
So maybe I'll give you a bit background of what Tele2 does and how does it differentiate from the other telecom operators on the market. So when we talk about IoT, so first question that I usually get is what exactly you're doing in an IoT environment, and because this whole end-to-end ecosystem is huge, so everybody has to play his part in that ecosystem, starting from hardware, connectivity, and then cloud solution. So this is a basic setup. And back in 6 years ago, Tele2 group decided that they're gonna launch it on a horizontal level, meaning we're gonna be able to serve all our customers, no matter is it in a smart metering application, smart city, autonomous driving, healthcare, etc., etc. So every single of this application needs to send this data one way or another. Okay. So at the moment is connectivity like 2G, 3G, 4G. It can be a Wi-Fi, it can be an Ethernet link, it can be satellite, whatsoever. So, but basically, the point around IoT is that you have this real-time information, and based on this, you can make a real decision. So maybe I would like to mention one of the examples that we showed today at the Bosnia Agile, and I'm very keen about it. I personally and professionally, so it's we have been new kids on the block for when we launched the Tele2 IoT. As you know, Vodafone is a big player, Deutsche Telekom is a big player, AT&T, T-Mobile. It's crazy out there. So they have been on the market for a very long time. They have large customer base. They have a lot of people around there, a lot of resources on their side. So we were new kids on the block. And every time when I see new kids on the block, I get really excited. It's something that I can relate to, and something that I really like to be around it. And one of them is a little startup from Sarajevo, from this area, coming from Hub 387. So this is a local incubator.
Right, okay, cool.
Yeah. and it's called Habitat. It's about the bees, and it's about smart beekeeping.
Okay.
And I fell in love with this project like 2 years ago when they first started thinking about it. There are similar solutions on the market.
Okay.
There's a bit different. There's different USPs that people can check around. But the reason I got excited about it is like it's coming from this market, and I really still have a really strong connection to Bosnia. Then the other side, it's bees. You know, it's sustainability. If we are honest to ourselves and we care about our environment, we care about what is happening in the world, and in all this, you also as a telecom operator, you want to leave some good legacy, something behind you.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about, it's at the end of the day, it's revenue. You know, it's about the money, but we have to always be eager to know more around that, and their revenue will come once you have a really clear purpose and intentions. Then things get together. So the right people will sit at the right table, and great things will happen. So I really like the startup. As I said, they've been 2 years on the market. 2 years they've been building this prototype, and their perseverance. You know, you have to stay focused on that, even though you sometimes feel really, really alone.
Of course.
Yeah, and there's no, you know, capital. There's still no, you know, real incubator, accelerators, and there's no this understanding on the market that this is something new and that this should be something important, not just for corporates, but also on a global level. So I gave you a bit about, you know, the screening on the Bosnian market. So this is what I knew, and this is what I had the chance, like for the past few days, to spend around with people who really want to make the change, and they need all the support they can get.
Okay. Yeah. And I guess my last question to you is going to be this one. So I'm assuming that tied into IoT, there's an aspect of AI. And there's also the whole concept of machine learning. Okay, what's your views that at some point through AI and machine learning, that as the machines learn and develop intelligence, since there doesn't seem to be an example of any form of intelligence on this planet that at some shape or form doesn't fight for its own existence, what are your views around the possibility that actually can the machine eventually start wanting to create its own reality, which might be in opposition to humankind's reality or even existence?
Yeah. That's a really good question, and I have to be honest with you. And then this is something that I always, and this is that we also cherish in our company. Sometimes you have to say, I don't know. Answers to some questions that are really, really tough. Because if you say, I know the answer and this is how it's going to look like, you're losing, you know, this humanity.
Of course,
you have to be credibility. You know, like I know how it's going to be. No one knows. So, and then this is what we talked before, and I had a chance to spend a day at MIT and talk about artificial intelligence. Even those guys, they are not sure 100% on in which direction it's going to be and how the adoption is going to look like. So if we take, for instance, IBM Watson, I think that's a really good example. It has been out there for a very, very long time.
Okay.
So what they did is like, so they launched it. There's no real use cases still. You know, it's something that we are all struggling, and this comes back to your question. So there is possibility, but we are not still able to connect all these dots.
Right. Okay.
And to see the full purpose around it. What when thinking about it, I wouldn't be that paranoid, or I wouldn't be that scared, but still a bit on the edge, because being a bit paranoid helps to
at least be cautious, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you have to be really. So nowadays, it's someone I think mentioned it's this VUCA environment, so like volatility, uncertainty.
Yes.
Everything that you see around you, it's very uncertain. You can't bet on not a single thing that is going to be there for the next 5 to 10 years. So my comment on top of that would be, you know, some things it's worth to fight against it, but some other things that you see that is coming next to it would be good, really. So my message to people out there, try to embrace it and make best for you. You know, you can't save the world. So if the machines are going to take over, who knows? Maybe we're going to be the workers and they're going to be our managers. Yeah, the world is full of possibilities, but you have to find a way. So you have to find a way to pivot and persuade in this world as it is. I think you said it today very well. So I'm here, I'm alive, and so what do I do next? So there's no really clear answer, but try to be the smartest, coolest kid around there and take the best out of it.
Awesome, I appreciate that, and I guess it is what it is, and it's a case of watch this space. So for those who are watching right now who might want to get hold of you, might have some questions, utilize your services or whatever, how would they get in contact with you?
So I'm very active, so online, so you can find me on LinkedIn, Twitter from time to time, but LinkedIn is my main contact. So Adela, Adala Mehic, Dzanic. So, or just look Adela and IoT, and it will work out for you. I'm very active there, so if you need me, just write me, and I usually have my private SLA. I answer within 24 hours,
Awesome.
40 days.
Great stuff. Well, hopefully you won't get bombarded by too many requests at the same time, which means that your SLAs might be I stress you, but I'm sure.
But you work around it.
Exactly.
You have to figure out
You
it.
put an AI chatbot in there, right? There you go. See, I'm thinking.
And it's not going to take my job. I still can focus on my things, and then he will figure out what's the most important thing.
There you go. Awesome. So thank you very much once again. So there you have it, guys. The world is changing. We know that. We live in times of uncertainty and volatility. And really we've got to become agile and be able to adapt to that and accept it. The new technologies are coming on, new ways of working. The world is changing, and that's a good thing, and we can all contribute to make the world a better place, and be mindful about the legacy that we're leaving behind. So it's Adela from Agile TV at Bosnia Agile Day 2018 in Sarajevo. We'll catch you soon.